Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Friends Talking Nerdy. What you're about to hear is going to be part 2 of the conversation I had with Morah, which started last week about television shows in the 80s. Before we commence with part 2 of that, as longtime fans of this show know, both Morah and Noel McIntosh are based out of New York City, and with the events that happened on Halloween in New York City, while they were in the same city that the tragedy in Manhattan occurred, both Noel and Morah are very much in good health. I did reach out to both of them, and they are both safe, so I just wanted to provide that update. I was a little nervous, Nelly, for a bit, but glad to hear that two good people are safe, in good condition, and were nowhere near the events that occurred. So with that being said, let's commence with part 2.
Friends are nerdy and you are nerdy too. I want to talk to you. Friends talking nerdy.
So then let's talk about so the rest of the other ones I have are more in the comedy genre. So I know we both mentioned Night Court.
Yep. Love that show.
Yeah, that was a great show. That was great.
It was...
I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, I mean, it had some great actors on there, first of all. There was an actress who was on the show for a year, Ellen Foley. She played one of the attorneys on the show. She actually has a deep history in rock music. Do you know the song from The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Yeah.
That song is about her.
Get out. Wow.
It's about her, yeah. And the song from Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, she's the woman singing in the song. She's the one who did the duet with Meatloaf.
What's her name?
Ellen Foley.
Huh, okay.
But anyway, the show, goofy as hell, had some great guest stars. That's the first time I ever saw Brent Spiner. He played... this hillbilly character that would always seem to get into the most... Bob Wheeler was his character name. Like one time, a hot dog cart him and his wife owned was taken off by a tornado. And just the most sad sack hillbilly character you can think of, and it was funny as hell. One of the writers on the show, a character by the name of Linwood Boomer, who played a blind character on Little House on the Prairie, who married the blind Laura Ingalls' blind sister Mary.
Mary. Yeah.
Linwood Boomer ended up creating the show Malcolm in the Middle.
Huh. Okay.
Yep. And of course the incomparable John Larroquette, who I happened to see and was totally starstruck when I saw him.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I love with the show. Like, some of those actors, you see them like they still moved on, which was great. Like John Larroquette, awesome. Mm-hmm. Is it Marky Post?
Marky Post.
Her name?
Yeah.
Was one of the. Yeah, she did a bunch of stuff and like I would see her on Scrubs, which was cool.
She was.
But what's interesting, what?
No, I apologize for interrupting. I was just going to say she was in something about Mary too. The Franks and Beans scene.
Oh, was she the mother?
She was the mother, yeah.
That's funny.
But you were saying,
I only saw that movie twice. So, the Harry, the judge, I forgot his name.
Harry Anderson.
Remember his name?
Harry Anderson.
Yep. I know he was a stand-up comedian, and I think he just kind of went back to that. I didn't really see him do much after Night Court.
Oh, he had this show that was Dave. It was called Dave's World. It was based off of Dave Barry's books. It really wasn't. It was not an impressive show, but the only real thing to remember about it is that the moment that show got canceled, they reused the set that they used for that show for Everybody Loves Raymond.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So CBS was trying to save money.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, they do, that's the thing, like with sets, I mean, they do normally, that's normally what they do. That's actually part of the course. Like, I've even seen, like, where they reused costumes. Like, there was the movie The Last Starfighter, the costumes that they used for the bad guys was reused in another sci-fi film. And it's funny how I just happened to notice that. And I can't remember what the other film that they used it for, but I remember watching it and I'm like, hey, that's the exact same design. I thought it was funny. So yeah, so that is kind of what Hollywood does. That is part of their,
Well, and that makes sense, of course. I mean,
they can reuse it and no one really pays attention. Why not?
Yeah. The Last Starfighter 2, there was I saw it on a Red Letter Media review of a Star Trek movie, but The Last Starfighter had this little set piece that they had that Star Trek The Next Generation ultimately used for an episode.
Oh, that's all right. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that movie. I remember watching that like a bunch of times when I was a kid. We had it on tape, so like I just loved watching that. That was kind of cool.
Yep. All right, so what is your next show?
All right, so it's my next show. So, let's go into Moonlighting.
Someone by night, sunlight by day, nothing could change you, set and sure of the way. There is the sun and moon, they sing their own sweet. Watch them when dawn is due, sharing one space. We'll walk by night, babe. We'll fly by day, moonlighting strangers who just met on the way.
Oh, I love
A young Bruce Willis.
that. It's too bad that show did not last as long as it did, and because it did not have as many episodes, it had under 100 episodes because of the weird way they filmed it, so you don't hear about it as often as you should. But if you all get a chance to watch Moonlighting, put it on. It was one of the best shows of the 80s.
That it was.
I mean, just the chemistry.
But I feel...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were first. I interrupted you.
Oh, my God, Tim, go ahead.
I was just going to say, okay, the chemistry between Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis, second to none. I mean, it's like Hepburn and Tracy, Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, their chemistry together was that good.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say the chemistry and the tension, the whole, like, the affection is there. Are they going to hook up finally? And the problem is a lot of people had said that once they did finally hook up, that kind of killed the show. Like, not to say that it killed it, but now it's okay, we're watching it for it because now that tension is gone. And now we know that they're a couple and, like, something they still have their... trying to make it work, but now the dynamics is different. So it kind of, I don't know. I remember critics saying at the time, it's something that they probably should never have done.
Yeah.
Even though that's what everybody wanted, because obviously, we love those characters. We see them together. It's like, oh, why won't they hook up? But it's probably one of the factors that kind of killed it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. I mean, we wanted to see it, but once we saw it, that was it. What else really was there to offer after they became a couple?
Yeah. Yeah, like life, right?
Yeah.
Once that ring's on the finger, okay, what else is there? No, I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we'll segue into the next one.
What is your next show?
My next one. From 1982, Family Ties.
I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years.
And I bet we'll be together for 1,000,000 more.
Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed. And I can't remember what I ever did before. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us? And there ain't nothing we can't love each other through. What would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-la.
That's on my list, too.
Yes. I mean, Michael J. Fox alone made that show. I mean, my favorite, it was a 2-parter episode of that show. That was probably some of the best work of his career. The episode entailed a friend of Alex Keaton who was killed in a car accident. And the second,
oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, the second part of the episode was Alex in therapy, and just it's one of those must-see shows. Just the talent involved, the level of acting was just amazing.
He definitely took it to a whole nother level. He was great, especially like he, at the time, like because his character was more on the mature side. Because he was so into politics and money and everything. And I actually remember that episode because I thought it was really well done, and it was funny for something that was such a sad topic. What I liked was when he went to therapy, if I remember this correctly, they didn't show the therapist in view. Like, Alex is talking to him, but you don't see him. And I remember like this funny part where, it's kind of the beginning of the session and they're talking and Alex is just saying, oh, like, well, I'm really good with money. It's like, I could even tell how much change when you drop on the floor. I can tell you exactly how much it is. The next thing you know, you hear coins dropping on the floor and Alex tells you how much it is. Like it's $1.35.
But the doctor did that twice.
I don't know why I remember that.
Oh, well, the doctor did it twice.
Oh, did he?
That's what's really the funny part. But yeah, I mean, that was just and how it ended as well. Yeah, a memorable show. If you're going to see any episode from that show, that's the one to watch.
That was great. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff on that. So definitely, yeah, in the top 10, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Now it's your turn.
All right. My turn. So with that, I'm going to go with... Hold on, I'm getting back to my list. What do I want to mention next? So let's do Growing Pains.
Show me that smile again.
Show me that smile.
Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near the end. The best is ready to begin. Oh, as long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands, baby, you and me.
We gotta be
The luckiest dreamers who never quit dreaming.
because I know. It was a little bit more on the cheesy side compared to Family Ties.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of in that same group. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's like that's the whole thing. Like, and I'm going to say like Growing Pains and like Who's the Boss. It was kind of like, you know, it was cheesy, but it was still like they made it fun. So it was something like, yeah, okay, I'll watch this.
I get it, and some of the talent involved. I mean, Alan Thicke. He was also a songwriter, and he was responsible for the theme songs to Different Strokes and the Facts of Life. His son is... Oh,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And his son, of course, is notorious douchebag Robin
We all
Thicke.
know.
Yeah.
Yes, that we know.
Yeah. I mean, I do like that song Blurred Lines, but the guy's a douchebag.
Yeah, let's not go into that.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing about Growing Pains. Growing Pains introduced the world to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Was that Growing Pains? I can't...
That was Growing Pains. It was the last, I believe, either the last season or the second to last season. It was I forgot the specifics, but it was like a friend of the family that ultimately became a part of the family. I forgot the reasoning why, but yeah. Sometimes shows just, you know, like Married with Children did it, but they think that, you know, ratings are going down. Let's introduce a young kid. The Cosby Show did it with Raven Simone.
Hello, Brady Bunch did that with their cousin Oliver.
True.
Remember?
Yeah, and now I think he's making crystal meth today. No.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Very nice.
So, is it my turn or your turn?
Your turn.
Okay. Another show from 1982. It is about the place where everybody knows your name. It is Cheers.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
You didn't...
I just couldn't get into it. I watched it, but I just was never a fan of it.
Well, it's... in the 70s and 80s, American producers were pretty darn lazy because, like Norman Lear, all the shows he created, he didn't really create. Like All in the Family was originally a show from the BBC. Sanford and Son, originally a show from the BBC. Cheers was ripped off from the John Cleese show, Fawlty Towers.
Huh, okay. I love that TV show, by the way. Fawlty Towers, one of my favorites.
I loved the episode in Fawlty Towers where Basil gets hit on the head and comes back to his hotel, and there are German guests there, and then he does a Hitler impression.
Oh, my God.
You have to see it to believe it, but
God.
The funniest episode of that series.
That sounds so familiar. I can't place it. I just remember what I loved about that show was that for every time it was like they would always get in like these awful situations like Three's Company where it's like there's all these misunderstandings. They're trying to hide the truth from the other person. But the difference is with British comedy, they would never be a happy ending. There would be no resolution where it's like everybody finds out the truth and then they hug and everything is fine. It was always like it ends up like everything is still fucked up. And it's still like worse for wear. It was just, and that's what I loved about that show. And John Cleese is just awesome.
Yeah, I mean the first episode, the first episode of Fawlty Towers, Basil puts an ad in a magazine to attract cultured guest, as he calls it. And one of the guests that comes because of the ad ends up being a confidence trickster, a con man, and cons Basil Fawlty out of money. But while Basil's dealing with all this, some actual rich people do show up. They see Basil Fawlty chasing the con man throughout his hotel, and then the rich people leave. Basil goes outside to try to get them to come back, and the rich people are like, "No, we will never come back." And he starts screaming, "You uncultured swine!" and goes back into the hotel. And then the show ended. Throughout the whole episode, his wife was trying to get him to hang up a painting. And as he was trying to put up the painting again, a customer came and tried to demand a drink that Basil was supposed to get him at the bar. So he threw the painting to the ground, breaking it, shoved the customer back into the bar, and started making the drink.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what I remember. That's funny.
And it's on Netflix, so definitely watch it.
Good stuff.
All right, your next one.
Good stuff. Okay, my next one would be, well, I know you hate this one. I don't care. Greatest American Hero.
Myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not.
I don't hate it. I just think that it's the song that people remember more than anything. I think the premise could definitely be reintroduced today, and it would be a great show, but it just wasn't on long enough to really make that much of an impact.
That's the thing. It's like one of those where it's like it could have gone somewhere and they didn't really let it go as well as it should. Because I thought it was hysterical where it's like he has the instruction manual, but it's not doing him any good because he can't read it. You know?
Well, I thought he lost it.
Just trying to figure it out. Was it lost? And I think no, but then I think at some point he found it and it's like it wasn't in English. Like it was in, if I remember correctly, like I know, it's like they lost it, but then I'm pretty sure they found it, and granted I could be totally wrong because this was so many years ago and I had not watched it since, but I thought at some point they found it and they were so ecstatic, and it's like, it's an alien, language that they just can't comprehend. And they were hoping that the suit would have a translator. I don't know. It was just, I just remember enjoying, like, it was just kind of fun. Like, you're discovering things along with him. Like, okay, like, him just trying to fly. Like, he was never a good flyer.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's like, if you did have something that can give you a superpower, it's like, it would be like a baby trying to walk. It's like you'd be all over the place. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, and like I mean, if they're going to remake something, I think that would be the perfect show to remake.
That would be awesome. I would love to see that. Yeah, it's like, I really don't want to see another Spider-Man remake movie. Please, no. But if you want to do Greatest American Hero, yes, by all means.
As long as they bring back that theme song, believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Sing it, Tim. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
All right.
Too late. It's been recorded. We have it.
For all of our dozens and dozens
Great
of
take.
listeners.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for all 2 of you listening. I appreciate it.
Well, I think there may be 3 now, but yeah, 3 people. All right, so my turn. Another great show from the 80s, from 1982, Newhart.
Another one I didn't really get into. I mean, Bob Newhart is an awesome actor. I liked him in other things I've seen him. The movie In and Out, he was hysterical.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just never got into the TV series.
I loved how it ended. To me, it had one of the perfect endings because if you haven't, if you don't know, Bob Newhart had a show in the 70s called The Bob Newhart Show, believe it or not. And then he moved on to Newhart, but the very last episode ended up showing that the whole Newhart show was a dream that the character from his TV show in the 70s had.
That's funny.
Yeah, and the woman, Suzanne Plachette, who played his wife on the Bob Newhart show, guest starred on it as well, and it was the perfect way to end that show. And then, of course, hi, I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl.
My other brother Daryl, yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, didn't get into it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I know.
What's your next one?
My next one was MacGyver. So I know they're redoing it right now. There's a TV series, another one that's out right now. I think I watched one episode. I didn't really get into it now, but back in the day, like, it was awesome. Here's a guy who can create, like, anything with, like, the simplest of tools. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. I love the premise of the show. That was one I never really got into.
All right.
Yeah. But I think that was the first show that Henry Winkler produced.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Yep. The more you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
My turn. All right. So a show from 1983. It was on PBS. It's Reading Rainbow.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
Oh, my God.
And strictly... Go ahead.
What? No, what?
I know it's a kid show, but at that time, that really did kind of was one of the contributing factors in getting me to love reading. That's why I put it on my list. That was my introduction to LeVar Burton, to Run DMC. They were on that show once. And
oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah. And little things like that. So I don't really have much more to say about that show, but they will always have a special place in my heart.
The only reason why I know that show is because I started babysitting, and the kids, that was one of the TV shows the mother would let them watch. So I would watch it with them. And that's the only reason why I know that show.
There's that age difference again. Yeah.
You know. But I started babysitting when I was young. Like, I was 12 when I started babysitting. So it's not like I was 16. So
Right.
Just saying. All right.
All right, your turn.
My turn?
Yep.
Golden Girls.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Speaking of being old, let's go into Golden Girls. So yeah, that show's awesome. It's actually it's still being played on cable on, like, I don't know, one of those weird cable channels, Wii or whatever, and it's like every now and then I'll catch an episode and it still makes me laugh. And I love Betty White and all of them. They were just awesome. Estelle Getty.
Yeah, great actresses on the show, but it took me a long time to like it for one reason, and that's my sister. Every week when that show came on, the moment it was on Saturday night, 8 o'clock on NBC, my sister would stand up, run in front of the TV, start dancing, and start singing to that theme song, and I just wanted to throw things at her every time.
Yeah, the theme song, I mean, look, it fits, it works for the show, but yeah, it's totally one of the theme songs, like, okay, are you done? You done? Let's mute it now. We don't need to hear the theme song. I know.
Yeah,
But it fit for the show, it did.
Yeah. All right, so my turn. My next one is from 1984, a show called Punky Brewster.
Maybe the world is blind, or just a little unkind. Don't know. Seems you can't be sure of anything anymore. Although you may be lonely, and then one day you're smiling again. Every time I turn around, I see the girl who turns my world around, standing there. Every time I turn around, her spirit's lifting me right off the ground. What's gonna be? Guess we'll just wait and see.
I have to say, I did watch it. I know, I watched it, and it was one of those, like, why?
Oh,
Why
Punky.
did I watch it? Yeah.
I think about it though, and I think at least for our generation, I guess that was one of the first shows that I recall of a young woman portrayed as strong. You know, she was the focus of the show, and
She wasn't a young woman, it was a little girl.
but she turned into a young woman.
Right, she was a little girl.
But even then,
Right, but she started off as like a tough little girl. But they had other characters. It was like freaking Pippi Longstocking, which is what I felt like she was like trying to take off from. You know?
Yeah.
But and also the fact that she had like that weird, like, you know, even like the way they dress. Like she actually started like a style. Like kids would start dressing like her, if I remember correctly, with the jean jacket and the jean vest or whatever, and the different colored socks.
and the bandanas everywhere.
I think, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember her as she grew up. She guest starred. She had a role in Friends where she was dating Joey, and she kept punching him. It was funny.
All right, what's your next one?
All right. So we're going to get a little serious, and I'm going to mention Cagney and Lacey. Yeah, and that was the one thing, and that's part of it. It's like it was for it to portray two female cops, and that was like to have two strong female leads like the way it did. And I think at the time that was like a first. I don't remember anything at the time being something like that. So again, they kind of broke barriers with that show, which was awesome. And they were just both amazing. Sharon Gleason and
Tyne Daly.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Yeah.
I just had her name in my head, and I just totally blanked. And their dynamics, and also like the way they work together, they were just amazing. So, even as a kid, for me to like just as a kid, that's pretty impressive because that's not really my type of show that I'd normally be attracted to.
Well, the interesting thing about that is that it started off as a TV movie, and Sharon Gless was not originally on that show. It was Loretta Swit from MASH, and the only reason she did not go on to the TV show at all was that they wanted her to finish out the last season of MASH.
I was never a MASH fan, so no, I said, okay, I'm sorry. I was never a big MASH fan. That was the thing. Like, I had schoolmates who just loved that show, and I tried. Because, it's like when people are talking constantly about a show, and you're like, okay, you know what, maybe I should watch it, and so that way I know what they're talking about and I can see. It's like, I think I watched a few episodes and I'm like, no. No.
Well, it's like Supernatural today.
Definitely not my thing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody.
Supernatural's awesome.
People want me to watch it. I watched one episode, didn't get into it.
You can't do that. First of all, you didn't even watch it from the beginning, and you watched an episode. You got it. Oh my God. Okay, this is what I'm explaining to you. There are certain shows and certain I would never tell anybody, oh yeah, just start watching it wherever. And I'm sure you can follow it, but the point is, it's like there are times where they keep referring back to certain things, so it's good if you watch it from the beginning and you go in the order, so that way you can follow it. And they have every episode, it's like they'll have serious ones, then they'll do a funny one, then they'll go back to serious, then they'll have a mix. And like they tackled everything, like every sort of, whether ghost, demon, mythology, different country mythology, religion, and that was the thing. Like for the past few years, they've kind of like started doing the whole angel, demon more. They kind of more concentrated on that, which is still kind of cool. But yeah, no, they're awesome, and they also make fun of themselves. There were a lot of episodes where they totally made fun of themselves, which they're like somebody wrote a series. They actually wrote a book series called Supernatural, and Dean and Sam were the main characters because basically the guy who wrote it was was hearing voices, like angels were talking to him and telling him stories, so he wrote it down. And next thing you know, he sold it as a book, and it became a popular series that it became like a cult following, and like at Comic-Con, it was a big thing. So it was really funny, and it's like Sam and Dean actually went to a convention of Supernatural, and like everybody's dressed like them. So like they come in and they're like, "Hey, yeah, you guys look exactly like the characters. That's cool." Like it was so brilliantly done. Yeah, no, you got. I'm telling you, you can't judge it by one episode you caught in the middle of it. If you're going to start watching it, do it properly. If you're going to say you hate it, that's fine, but watch it from the first episode. Start with season 1, episode 1. Go from there, and if after a few episodes you're like, ugh, fine. But be fair about it.
Well, I also don't want our mutual friend Mila to kick my ass if I say anything more bad about it, so maybe I should.
Mila, kick his ass. Mila, if you're listening, kick his ass. Don't let him watch from the middle. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so whose turn is it next?
All right, I don't know. I'm running out soon, so if you have more, go for it.
Okay. Show from 1988, The Wonder Years.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Yeah. Oh, baby, all I need is my love. I say I'm gonna get high. Somebody knows what I'm showing. Baby, said I'm gonna make it with my friends.
Not on my list. Nope.
I like the characterization on the show. I mean, admittedly, at the time, my big interest on the show was simply Winnie Cooper, but it did grow on me. The older I get that whole reminiscing aspect of the show. It makes a lot more sense now watching it today than it did when I was younger. But just a different type of series, one that you didn't really see until the late 80s, early 90s. I think it's one of those shows that did kind of set the stage for TV the way we have it today.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I just never, and I did watch the first season. So it's not like I never got into it at all. I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
I felt it was a little bit more on the, it just felt more on the drama side, which didn't appeal to me. So,
well,
yeah, I just didn't.
I'm certainly not one to give somebody else a guilt trip for not liking a show.
Well, when it comes to Supernatural, it's tough. Any other shows, I'd say okay, maybe, but Supernatural, That's like Buffy. Same thing with Buffy and Angel. Yeah, we'll have a discussion. But anything else, it's like okay, fine. You didn't like it. It's good.
Right.
It's all good.
Well, and for the record, Buffy and Angel are two of the best shows ever made.
Yes. Well, Josh Whedon. Hello. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So I got a few more on my list. 1984, okay. A TV show called Hunter.
totally forgot about that. Yeah, I meant to put that on my list.
Yeah, we've talked about it briefly before on a previous episode. It's not the show didn't necessarily age well, but I think at the time it was. I love the fact that they had a show with a man and a woman that didn't necessarily focus on them having a relationship. I think they ultimately ended up having one, but it was just a partnership, and I really appreciated that more than anything.
Did they have one? I thought they never did hook up, did they?
I think they did. I don't think it was anything long-term, but I think they did explore that for a bit. It wasn't a huge central focus, but, I think the primary part of the show was just that they were friends, they were partners, and they were very, very close to each other, but they didn't go down the romance route as often as other shows during that time did.
Just don't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember that, like, the way it was, like you said, the way the dynamics were and everything, it worked. It was really well done.
Mm-hmm. And Fred Dreyer, funny story. The reason Hunter was on the air was because Fred Dreyer, during the casting of the TV show Cheers, they brought it down to 2 male and 2 female actors for the Sam and Diane role, and Fred Dreyer was one of the people that was up for the Sam Malone character. Ultimately, the producers on Cheers felt that Ted Danson and Shelley Long were better together, and rightfully so. But NBC wanted to keep Fred Dreyer in the fold, so they made Hunter for him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
All right. Do you have another one?
Not really. I know we're also kind of coming close to time, aren't we?
I edit the shows anyway, so we can keep going wherever. But I know it's past midnight on your end, so if you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired, and I felt to get ready.
All right, then we'll talk about one more show, and I think we're both going to agree that this is probably one of the best shows of the 80s, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Yes, I will agree that it's one of the good ones. It's on the top 10, yes.
Yeah. Not number one, Tim, but it's...
I have no number one. I told you this.
Enough has been said about that show that, me talking about why it would be pointless. It's a great show. Everybody knows this. What I'm appreciating it more now by watching that TV show, The Orville. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah. I kind of like it.
I love it. It's flawed. I think they do rely upon too many 20th century references. And my point is, today, how many people really focus on points of reference from 400 years ago? 400 years from now, I don't think they're necessarily going to be watching Seinfeld. but just
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
but some of those shows, the best show so far, with me in my situation, the way it has been for the past couple months was the show Priya, that Charlize Theron guest starred in, about the woman who romances the captain.
What show?
It was an episode called Priya. Where
I don't know.
the crew of the Orville rescue a woman who was crash landed on an asteroid, but then she turns out to be from the future.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, spoilers!
I haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it.
You will enjoy
No
it, but
spoiler. I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, it's mental. It affected me a lot just because of my silly 80s sitcom life right now. Let's just put it that way. So you will enjoy it. And with that, we're going to wrap it up because...
I was just
go ahead.
Hold on. I was just going to say real quick, it's also, like, I love the fact in Bang Bang Theory how, like, Will Wheaton's on it. And, like Sheldon is always... In the first few seasons, because he hated Will Wheaton. So, like, he would always say he showed up for a movie and, like he's getting like the full star treatment, and he's like, but he's just from Star Trek. What's the big deal? Like the way, like they, like it's like those, like him. There was even Kevin Smith was on it also. Like they were doing an interview, and they were like he had a podcast or something, and Kevin Smith called up to talk, and they were just like totally like berating one another, which was hysterical. And so, like, there was a lot of, like, talking about, like, well, what's the big deal? Like, what, Star Trek made it for you or something? I don't know. It was just always funny. Yeah.
And Will Wheaton did a great job on that show. I mean, people's big complaint about Wesley Crusher was that he was an annoying teenager, but guess what? That's what his character was. And he did a great job at it. He was trying to impress adults, and I've been in his spot, being that annoying teenager trying to impress an adult. He did an amazing job of that.
No, it was good. It was definitely good. I love the fact, like, the way. I just love Picard. It's like everybody on that show, and like the way they did it, and it was like they tried to make it like Picard different from the way Shatner was, where it's like not every planet they visit that he's going to have a love interest.
Yeah, they saved that for Riker.
Like they didn't do it that way. Yeah, which is great. But it was definitely it's definitely a good series.
Yeah, and Patrick Stewart did bring a certain gravitas to the role, and William Shatner himself, stated that Patrick Stewart's commitment to Star Trek made him reevaluate how he thought about the show, which makes me think that Shatner probably was not a huge fan of Star Trek. It was probably just more of a job than anything, but how Patrick Stewart approached it made him rethink how he approached Star Trek as well.
I don't know. That's possible. I also feel like... there was that Saturday Night Live skit which cracked me up to, like, even thinking about it, I still crack up. And part of me feels like it's probably all true, where they showed William Shatner. The skit was William Shatner being at Comic-Con, and everybody's like asking him these ridiculous questions, like, "Oh, on episode 29, do you remember on this?" And William Shatner finally got to the point where he was like, "Guys, get a life." He's like yelling at them. And so like it's hysterical, but at the same time you got to figure it's like, he runs into this, and he's probably like, he can't say it, but God knows he's probably thinking it. Yeah. So that's always what I think about.
Yeah, that was a good one. Well, you are yawning, and you should head to bed right now. So I thank you for calling in again. And I think I look at the statistics for the downloads for the show, and it seems like every show that you are on seems to get the most hits. So we need more Morah on Friends Talking Nerdy.
Yeah. I think you're just like re-downloading them all the time. I think it's just you.
I swear it's not.
It's all you, Tim.
Yeah, I'm going to go buy 100 iPods to download it. Anyway, I appreciate you being on.
Isn't it that every time isn't it like every time you erase your phone and then you have to re-download it, it's like a new person downloading it? I don't know. Now we're discussing specifics.
Yeah, and it's too late even for me to care about thinking about that. So
Go into it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as people
Okay.
listen. So thanks again, and
Cool.
enjoy your night.
Thank you, and you enjoy your night.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye. And with that, another episode of Friends Talking Nerdy is in the books. I would like to thank Morah once again for being on the show and for having to deal with what I call Professor Tim. What I mean by that is this: when I get into a topic that I enjoy, I like to interject a lot, and definitely. Re-listening to these episodes, I could see where I was cutting in a lot and cutting Morah off, and I felt silly afterwards. She put up with a lot, but once again, thank you for being on the show, Morah. Next week we are going to have Noel back on the show, and we're going to be talking about movies from the 80s, so shifting from the small screen to the big screen. Once again, Friends Talking Nerdy would love to thank Christopher Lazarick for his wonderful theme song on the show. Go to his website, ChristopherLazarick.com, and get information on his EP, Here's to You. He did not have to create the theme song that he did for the show, so I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I get what few listeners I get on this show to check it out, because we definitely owe him a debt of gratitude for what he did. So once again, that's another episode of Friends Talking Nerdy in the books. Thank you all for listening, and tune in again next week.